जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं
Paramahamsa Nityananda is a rare living incarnation, a yogi by birth. He has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English, books in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese, with translations in 26 languages are available. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 8,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services, ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world offer exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. Having meditation centers in 151 countries including Bidadi, Tiruvannamalai, Rajapalyam, Salem, Hyderabad, Varanasi, Los Angeles, Ohio, Seattle, San Jose and Phoenix. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nityananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers. Adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, he has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands, gracing them with spiritual powers. A spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples worldwide in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places like Bangalore, Hyderabad and Tiruvannamalai in India. A dynamic young guru who is an inspiration to thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online. A beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nityananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Today's subject, past lives, most fascinating subject because it has its own mystery. How much ever you talk, how much ever you analyze, it has so much to offer. There is nobody who is not interested in past lives, even if they belong to the religions which does not believe in past lives. Even if they belong to religions which believes only in one life. In one corner of the heart, corner of the mind, they say, no, is there any technique we can know about our past? See, I'll give series of webinars on past lives. I'll give series of webinars because this is a huge subject, vast subject. First, we can approach the past lives concept, past lives truth in so many ways. First, people ask me, Swamiji, Hinduism accepts past lives. Do you believe in past lives? I wanted to tell you, I don't believe in past lives. I know past lives exist. It is my experience. I am not talking about this theory of past lives. I am not talking about the concept of past lives just because Hinduism promotes it. No. I am talking about the truth of past lives because I have experienced it. I have experienced my past and the past lives. I am opening my experience with all of you. See, these understandings about past lives should happen in various angles. First, trying to know the facts and informations about the past lives. Second, trying to know the informations and facts about the past life so that you can get rid of all the sufferings, mental patterns you carry from the past life and disturb your future. You can explore the past lives to access some historical information, to know some facts. You can access past lives to solve many of the future problems. There are various reasons why people want to know about the past lives. There are various reasons why people should know about past lives. Today, I will handle this past life session, satsang, with one angle, the spiritual angle. How knowing about past lives can transform you. Why knowing about your past lives is necessary for your transformation. Almost all enlightened beings talk about going through their whole past like fast forward mode, in rewind mode or fast forward mode during the time of enlightenment. Just before the enlightenment, almost all enlightened beings go through the whole experience of past life like rewinding mode. Just in few moments, you go through the whole experience. Why you go through past life experience before enlightenment? What is the spiritual connection with the past lives? How is the past lives going to transform me? Going to help me in my enlightenment? Understand? It is from this angle of enlightenment, I will be handling the past life today. First, your past has 3 layers. Understand the 3 layers of your past. I'll just give a small description using the pen and the board so that you can understand the 3 different layers of past, present moment. This is future. This side is future. This is present moment. This is past. I am telling you past has 3 layers. How? See from the present moment till your date of birth. DOB. This is the first layer of past. You need to know 3 different layers of past so that you will understand why we should explore each layer, what all the benefits you will have if you explore each layer. The second layer past is from this moment to all the lives you lived in body. The moment you assumed the first body. DOB of first body, your first body. DOB of the first body you took. It may be a fish, tortoise, amoeba, for some people buffalo, donkey, pig, or demon. This is the second layer past. Third layer past. From this moment to the Big Bang, the moment universe happened, from that moment to this moment. That is third layer past. DOB of cosmos. These are a 3-layer pass. Please understand. From the moment of the universe happening till this moment is a third layer past. From the moment you assumed your first body until this moment is the second layer past. From the moment you assumed the body you are carrying now and this moment is a first layer past. Please understand. From the time Big Bang happened until this moment, it's a third layer past. Whole, the cosmic archives. Normally you can't access to the cosmic archives and you don't need to. But now I have decided I am going to access to clarify many of the historical facts to human beings. We are going to have soon, very soon, from April 14th, I am going to have regular sessions of entering into the Kala Bhairava Bhava, means the mood of Kala Bhairava, the energy of Kala Bhairava, and move the time machine. Time is just matter. Move the time matter, read out any doubt you have, any question you have, the facts, figures, informations about that doubt, question from the cosmic archives. I'm going to straight read out. Of course, you will have now thousands of doubts, questions. Impossible. Man, when he speaks, things look completely impossible, but when he does, it really looks possible and happening. Is called mystic. So, if I say something and it feels very possible for you, that day something is wrong between you and me. Either you take me for granted or I look too small. Whenever I say anything, it should look impossible. But when I do it, it should be possible. Only then, I am in my place, you are in your place. We both are having the right relationship. Alright. So this third layer past is actually not required for your day-to-day life. I am going to play it like a game. Just I wanted to clear many of the doubts of the people. People ask me about what is Bermuda Triangle, when did really this started happening, that started happening, was really Jesus crucified, how did John Kennedy die? People ask so many questions. And I'll enter into the Kala Bhairava mode and move the time machine this side and that side and just read out whatever is there in the cosmic archives, that's all. I'll straight away read out in the language you understand, that's it. And I will not have any bias, and I am also going to be standing on the footwear which has completely nails. It's a tradition. When you get into the Kala Bhairava mood, Kala Bhairava Bhava, you stand on the footwear with nails. Means all that points get activated, and it's a tradition anyhow. I'll be reading out from the third layer past. Now, for spiritual transformation, many people may have the question, who is Kala Bhairava? Is a lot of time. Lord of time is Kala Bhairava. Time is basically matter. Lord of time is Kala Bhairava, who is beyond time, on whom the time is painted. Kala Bhairava is the canvas on whom time is painted. And now for the spiritual transformation, You need to know only first layer and second layer past for transforming yourself and achieve Jivan Mukti, enlightenment, ultimate spiritual consciousness. You need to work only on the first layer and second layer past. What is the meaning of working on the first layer past and what is the benefits? The first layer past means the time you took birth from that moment to till this moment. This first layer past carries the engrams which makes you take decision. Many engrams, thousands of engrams which makes you take decisions. For example, tomorrow morning when you wake up, how you are going to wake up, what is going to be your thought, what you are going to enjoy and what you are going to hate, what you are going to eat and what you are going to avoid. All these decisions are made by this first layer past. Your relationships, your responses, your thinking, everything is guided by the engrams and patterns you accumulated in the first layer past from your date of birth to now. You may have the question, what is engram? Engram means memory which gets engraved into your system, in your inner space, and makes you do again and again the same actions based on that engram, even if you know it is not good for your life's purpose. So you may have many mental patterns, sometimes which what were socially accepted, sometimes socially not accepted. Sometimes you create a pattern just because it is not socially accepted, you enjoy it. Really. Sometimes you create a pattern and you enjoy it just to take revenge on society. So, these patterns, these engrams which you accumulated are from first layer past. Now, when you work on the first layer past, you will understand when you started picking up different responses, why you started picking up those responses, how can you live with the spirit, not the letter. Understand? If you want to break any law, just follow it as per the letter, forgetting the spirit, you will break it. Any law, if you follow to the letter, in few days you will break it. Understand? In your life, all the patterns you carry, engrams you carry, are the self-made laws for your own happy living. Please understand, you are not a fool to create a binding patterns. No. When you started creating those responses, they were not binding you. They were not bondage to you. When you forgot the spirit with which you created that pattern and started following the letter, just the pattern, you lost the freedom. Why you created that pattern? When you have forgotten and you lost the freedom, the spirit of why you created the pattern, it became bondage to you. Please understand? I'll give you an example. You pick up no engram, pattern comes with you by itself. You choose. Some engrams and patterns you choose in this birth, some you have chosen in the past births, in past lives. I'll give you one example. In the young age, whenever you are cornered, you may pick up a pattern of shouting, screaming back. At that moment, that was giving you freedom. People get frightened of you and escape. You saw that decision, that pattern is really helping you in your life. It is giving you more freedom, more space for you to do what you want to do. Slowly you make that as a pattern. After a few years, you forget the reason for what you created the pattern. You just follow the letter of the pattern. See, now it's a law you created for yourself. If I am cornered, I will shout. That's the law you have created. What is the spirit behind the law? Because first few times when you shouted, all the disturbances disappeared in front of you. You are free to live as you want. That was the spirit with which this law is created. But in course of time, you forget the spirit. Only the law is carried. After 40 years, again, if you are cornered, you pick up the same pattern of screaming and shouting, but the result of freedom, free from the people who are cornering you, is not happening. Even if the result is not happening, you are following the same law as per the letter by forgetting the spirit. The self-made laws followed after forgetting the spirit, just as a letter, is called dead mental patterns. Dead mental patterns bring suffering to you. All the suffering you have in your life is just because of dead mental patterns. The moment cell dies in your body, it has to leave your body. Otherwise, it can become disease. The moment a pattern dies in your system, it has to leave your system. Otherwise, it can become a dead mental pattern. Dead mental patterns are your bondage. When I use the word dead mental patterns, let me explain. The mental patterns which you created with a particular understanding, you forgot the understanding, the spirit with which you created the mental pattern, but you are carrying the pattern as a letter. Now, you are not remembering the reason for your screaming. You are only remembering, I will scream, that is good for me. You don't understand. At that age, it was good for you, but now in this situation, it is not good for you, but because you forgot the spirit with which you created the self-made laws, you are suffering with the letter of the laws. This is the most unfortunate thing. I know how many places this kind of dead laws killing people, whether it is a society or a country or a state or a family or an individual. When a dead law kills many people in a country, it is called war. When a dead law kills many people in a community, it is called terrorism. When a dead law kills some people in a house, it is called domestic violence. When a dead law kills you in you, it is called mental pattern. If you work on the first layer past, you will know when you started, which law, which response, with what reason. If you know, you started screaming and shouting just to experience freedom. Next time when you are cornered, You will not shout if you are not going to have freedom from that situation. So anger in your control is power. Greed under your control is energy. Fear under your control is cautiousness. Desire under your control is creativity. When you know why you created what you created, you will have the tremendous freedom to throw what is not delivering the same result, to alter things for the results you need. If you know the spirit of the law, you get the intelligence to alter, correct, manipulate, delete, or bend the law as you want for the required results. Working on the first layer of past removes many of your psychological sufferings. It brings tremendous joy and excitement, freedom, courage. Vivekananda says, Vivekananda is a great enlightened being from India, first Hindu missionary, went outside India to teach the great truths of Hinduism. He says, live like a lion of Vedanta, Vedanta Kesari. When you know the great secrets of life, sacred secrets of cosmos is what we call Vedas. When you know the sacred secrets of life and cosmos, you live like a lion. You live with so much of courage and guts, joy, and the strength that you are living and you are going to be living. The moment I had the experience of my first layer past, I just know I am not going to die at all. All the responses I created in me may die, but I myself never going to die. Exploring the first layer past liberates you from many of the psychological problems. Exploring the second layer past means the moment you explore the first layer past, your psychological problems disappear, because only your mind is made out of the first layer past. Your mind is totality of all the happenings of the first layer past. From the moment you took birth until this moment, whatever has happened, totality of that is your mind. But
Just an hour's drive from Bangalore, Asia's fastest growing city, is a unique space of healing, meditation and rejuvenation. Welcome to Nityananda Dhyanapitham. Experience soothing healing energies under the ancient wish-fulfilling banyan tree in the presence of divinity. Enjoy the unique anti-aging formula of the original Siddha Healing Spa with the 21-foot energized healing lingam and healing pool, the Vaidya Sarovar. Connect directly to God in the vibrant silence of Nityanandeshwara Temple. Savor the delicious Sattvic food served free at all times. Best of all, get a glimpse of authentic spiritual life at the daily morning satsang, worship, yoga and meditation sessions with Paramahamsa Nityananda. Rediscover yourself at Nityananda Dhyanapitham. the ultimate spiritual lifestyle destination. Nityananda Dhyana Peetham, Nityananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru. 97422 03311.
From the moment you took the first body until this moment, whatever has happened, totality of that is your body. Your body is the totality of your second layer past. Your mind is the totality of your third layer past. Maya is the totality of your mind is the totality of the first layer past. Your body is the totality of the second layer past. Maya is the totality of third layer past. From the moment you assumed the first body until this moment, whatever has happened, totality of that is your body. From the moment you assumed this body until this moment, whatever has happened is your mind. So if you want to transform your mind, explore, work on the first layer past. If you want to transform your very body itself, work on the second layer past. There are so many powerful techniques to explore the first layer past and second layer past. I'll give you at least the initial introduction level techniques which you can do in this webinar itself to work on your first layer past. But if you want to explore the second layer and third layer past, I'll sincerely recommend you attend Inner Awakening program at least once. Because I may not be able to teach the techniques and methods to explore in your second layer past just in 1 or 2 sessions. You may need to go through a preparation steps and process to explore and experience the second layer past. Now, let me give you some more insights about the second layer past. Sometime, the habits, engrams which has become your bio-memory does not start just in this body. They start from the earlier bodies, from the past births. You may have a question, what is bio-memory? Habits like eating, sleeping, drinking, pain, sex, the experience of fear, all these are bio-memory. Muscle memory means anger, irritation, agitation, restlessness, laziness. These are all muscle memory. These are more psychology based. But this hunger, thirst, sleep, sex patterns, these are more biomemory based. Understand? Laziness is different, sleeping is different. There may be many people who are feeling lazy whole day. They will not be able to sleep. Laziness belongs to muscle memory. Sleeping belongs to biomemory. There are many people who feel lazy, lie down in the bed whole day. They don't move out of their couch, but they can't sleep. And I tell you, lazy people suffer with insomnia. There are many biomemory may be related to your past lives. I myself have handled many patients, many people who carry the scar in the body which belongs to past life incident. If they have died by the snake bite in the past lives, they will still carry the mark in the present body. If they have died by hanging, they will still carry that effect, that pain, that disease in their vocal cord. If they have died by getting drowned in the past lives, still those lungs will be suffering in the present life. If they have been raped in their past lives, still they carry that disease, that wound, that rejection in the present body. So there are many diseases, many diseases. You can just walk out of those diseases if you work on your second layer past. If you explore the second layer past, you can easily walk out of many diseases. If you explore the first layer past, you will walk out of many mental disorders. People get angry if I say you will get cured of mental disorders, because they always wanted to act that they don't have any mental problems. People don't feel shy to tell about physical problems, but they always feel shy to talk about mental problems. But you should understand, either you are equally responsible for both or you are equally irresponsible for both. There is nothing special to feel shy about one, blame about the other on somebody else. Either feel responsible for both or feel you are not responsible for both. If you feel responsible, it is you are who is responsible for the mental disorders, then feel for physical also. Or decide you are not responsible for both. But many times people feel responsible for their mental, so they feel very shy to talk about it. But they don't feel responsible for their physical. They say, no, that somebody dumped on us. No. The food you collected yesterday and kept it in the freezer, and today you open the freezer and you are about to eat, but you feel, no, somebody else kept it, and you blame somebody else for it. It is you who brought it and kept it in the freezer yesterday. Just because you did yesterday and forgot, don't think you are not responsible for it. Same way, physical disorders. You brought it yesterday, last life, yester life, and kept it in the freezer. One night passed, means one death is over. And today you are taking it out and you say, no, I don't know who kept it. Whether you know it or not, you are only going to eat it. Understand, feeling shy is not going to work. Working is only going to remove the feeling shy. If you work on the first layer past, you walk out of many mental disorders. You make your mind-related life complete, fulfilling. If you work on the second layer past, you walk out of many physical disorders. I have seen people walking out of cancers the moment they understood, when they picked up that pattern, in which life they have picked up that pattern. So understand, working on the past lives directly transforms your present and makes you enlightened, makes you live enlightenment in the future. Past is not dead till you completely disconnect from it. As long as it is hanging, attached to you, it has its own effect on you. Work, reduce the weight, then drop. That's the best method to work on the past life. You have in the roadside, they have a signboards. Stop, look and proceed. Same way, work, reduce the weight and drop. That is the 3 instructions related to past. First, work on it. Second, reduce the load of the past on your inner space or your inner consciousness, on your inner awareness. Third, drop and proceed into the future. Now, I'll answer all your questions on the past lives. Then I'll give you initial introduction level technique to explore first layer past. Let's start. Questions?
The first question today is from Sushmita from Kanpur, India. She asks, Dear Swamiji, at least it will help us to stop making the same mistakes life after life.
Sushmita, I need to ask you this question. Why don't you remember your past lives? At least it will help you to stop making the same mistakes life after life. Sushmita, let me come to the question. You are asking, why do we not remember? To tell you honestly, you don't want to take the responsibility for so much of your life. You don't want to take the responsibility of even the part you are remembering. I tell you, the parts of your life which you remember but for which you don't want to take the responsibility is only called guilt. If you decide to take the responsibility for the part you remember, there will not be any guilt in you. The moment all the guilts disappear, your memory span will increase. You will remember more past. If you are able to handle that past also without guilt, you will remember more past. Understand? The moment guilt reduces, the spectrum of your knowing increases. If you don't have any guilt, you move from the 2G to 3G, 3G to 4G, 4G to 5G, up to 7G. But if you have done fraudulence in the 2G itself, if you have done corruption in the 2G itself, you can't be a minister when the 3G license are getting auctioned. Understand? If you are not able to handle your 2G spectrum past memory, you are already having the guilt and pain, means you are doing corruption in the 2G itself. You can't handle this spectrum itself. Now, you can't go to the 3G, next spectrum. Sushmita, I give you this as a technique, a lifestyle technique. Decide to remove all your guilt. Just today I was telling one of my disciples, sit and write all your past engram belongs to 3 layers. I could see the moment she wrote and gave, the moment I picked up that paper, did not even read, I can see she's out of those engrams. You bring yourself out of the guilt from whatever memory you have. You will remember more past, more pain, more guilt. Then get yourself out again from that guilt and that pain. You will remember more past. It will just expand, expand, expand. Then suddenly you will see you are passing into the second layer past. I tell you, you all carry innate hatred and fear, guilt about your own body. Now I am going to tell you a very shocking, which is supposed to be very uncivilized as per the modern world. But the truth, Sri Ramakrishna, a great enlightened master from West Bengal, he was suffering with hatred towards his own body because he was brought up in from a very orthodox background, too much of ideas about cleaning himself, and that washing mania concepts have been inserted into him. So he was suffering too much of hatred, kind of a uneasiness with his own body. especially if he passes motion, he will wash himself 7 times, take bath, only then he will feel clean. When he goes to his master, who is a great Agori and Tantric, Bhairavi Brahmani, she gives him a technique which you can't even imagine. No civilized man can imagine. She says, go and eat human shit. The moment I say you feel like vomiting, I know. You will be shocked. He did it and became enlightened. You may say, even for enlightenment's sake, I won't do it. It's really too much for a civilized mind. Touching your own Krita with your tongue, more like a cult or whatever, blah, 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 you create. And anyhow, all I wanted you to understand is all of you carry certain innate hatred towards the very root of your body. If you come out of that guilt, that hatred, you will move to second layer past. Please understand? Because of the innate hatred you carry about your Mooladhara. Mooladhara related 4 activities. Cleaning the water component, air component, solid component. These 4 are Mooladhara related activities. When you are Mooladhara means root center, which is at the root of your spine. That center related 4 activities happen in your body. 1, sex. Another, cleaning of the unnecessary liquids, cleaning of unnecessary gas, cleaning of unnecessary solid. When you don't have any hatred or a guilt or shy about all the 4, when you are completely at ease with all the 4, suddenly you break the body knot and enter into that second layer pass. I know these are the very esoteric teachings, the sacred secrets which cannot be spoken in public, especially an international TV channel, NTV. So now I'll only speak few basic truths. If you want to know more about these great, powerful, enlightening, sacred processes, you need to do research, explore, practice on your own. I'll give you one statement for you, Sushmita. Remove all the guilt and pain from the memories you have. The spectrum of your memory will expand. Again, remove the guilt and pain from that spectrum. Your spectrum of memory will increase. It will expand and lead you from the first layer to second layer to third layer. I bless you. Let you move from first layer past to second layer past. Thank you. Next question.
The next question is from Bradley from New York, USA. He asks, Namaste Swamiji. I am going through an extraordinarily terrible phase of my life. Every single thing I touch seems to be going wrong. How do I know if it is just accidental or negative planetary influences or the consequence of something I did in past life?
Bradley, let me read his question. I am going through an extraordinary, terrible phase of my life. Every single thing I touch seems to be going wrong. How do I know if it is just accidental or negative planetary influences or the consequence of something I did in a past life? Bradley, I tell you, even the accident and negative planetary influences are the consequence of something you did in the past life. So even accidents are the negative planetary influences. You are here giving 3 choices. Asking Swamiji, is accident, is the negativity or the sufferings I am going through is accidental or negative planetary influence or the consequences of something I did in the past life? I tell you, even the accidents and the negative planetary influences are the consequence of something you did in the past life. So every terrible phase of the life, every terrible thing you go through in the life, every suffering happens in your life, every wrong thing happens in your life is nothing but the effect of something you did in the past life, either first layer past or second layer past. Understand? Whenever there is a suffering for the whole humanity, that is from third layer past. That is the negativity of the third layer past. That's a suffering from the third layer past. So I tell you, the extraordinary, terrible phase of your life and every single thing you touch, every single problem you are facing is the consequence of something you did in the past life, either first layer or second layer. Please work on your past. Understand the root from which the patterns are created in you. Go back. Go back to your past. Go back the same route from which you came. That's the only solution to come out of this pattern. Next. Third question.
The next question is from Parvati Rajshekhar, Bangalore, India. She writes, Beloved Swamiji, I am 5 months pregnant. You had mentioned in an earlier satsang that if a child has a trauma-free birth, it will remember its past lives. How can I do this for my child? How will it be useful for him or her in the future?
Beloved Swamiji, I am 5 months pregnant. You had mentioned in an earlier satsang that if a child has a trauma-free birth, it will remember its past lives. How can I do this for my child? How will it be useful for him or her in the future? Parvati Rajshekhar, first I wanted to give you my blessings and congratulations. You are about to bring a new life to planet Earth, and I am very happy for you. You feel responsible for the future of the child, because somehow giving birth has become as unconscious as the pattern of masturbating with another own body. Most of the human beings do not even have sex with another own body. They just masturbate with another own body. Another own body is an excuse which they need to tolerate. Your wife or husband is going to feel disrespected if you are masturbating when she or he is around you. So you use the other person, even though you don't have any passion, as an excuse for the masturbation. How? The sex has become unconscious pattern. Same way, giving birth and bringing up children, I can say bringing down children, has become unconscious pattern. I tell you, when the other person's body is used for just masturbating, that's the worst disrespect you do to the another body. I tell you, the another person's bio-memory just gets agitated against you, and it will take revenge on you. Do not use another body unless there is a beautiful romance, love. Do not use the another body just to release you. If you are using the another body, the other body records in his bio-memory tremendous anger and vengeance, takes revenge on you. If it can't take the revenge in this body, in this birth, it comes back and takes revenge on your body, wherever you are. I tell you. Let me come to the question you gave. You are asking that if a child has a trauma-free birth, it will remember its past lives. How can I do this for my child? I tell you, first you be trauma-free. Now itself, sit and remove all the guilt and pain from your memories. Release all the traumas from your system. Let you be trauma-free. And get ready to invite receive the child in a meditative way. Tell yourself, because I am releasing all the traumas into the air, because I am cleaning my body, the body I am creating for my child also will be pure. When you release all the traumas by doing the Manipuraga Shuddhi Kriya, Parvati Rajashekar, if you want to know more about Manipuraga Shuddhi Kriya, go to our website. The technique is very clearly explained. And now we have a beautiful program, N Pregnancy, which describes in very detail about what you need to do to release all the trauma and pain. I have designed this N Pregnancy course. By the time you deliver a new baby, you will deliver new you. I have designed N Pregnancy not just for painless birth or bringing just a conscious being as your child. I have designed N Pregnancy to give enlightened child and enlightened mother, to give birth to both at a time. Go through the N Pregnancy. By the time you deliver an enlightened child, you would have become enlightened mother. I sincerely recommend Parvati Rajashekar to see our website. Already I have approved the Enlightened Pregnancy course, N Pregnancy program. Study it. Start living it. You will be trauma free and your child will be trauma free. You will remember first layer past. Your child will remember second layer past. By the time you give birth to your child, not only your child will be enlightened, you will also be enlightened. Thank you. Next question.
The next question is from Suzanne, Ohio, USA. I came to know from a tarot reading that I had murdered 3 children in my past life. I can't stop thinking about it and feel terribly guilty and angry with myself. Is there any way I can go back and clean up my past life?
Let me read the question. I came to know from a tarot reading that I had murdered 3 children in the past life. I can't stop thinking about it and feel terrible guilty and angry with myself. Is there any way I can go back and clean up my past life? Susan, there is a way. You can go back and clean up your past life. I give an elaborate process in Inner Awakening. I'll give you the first level process in this webinar after the question answer sessions. Do this process every day at least for 30 days. You will see the scenes of you murdering those kids in the past life will open up. When you relive those scenes in your mind, the guilt, pain, anger with yourself will just disappear. All the 3 souls also will rest in peace. You will rest in bliss. It is possible. The technique I am going to give today, the Kriya I am going to give today, please practice that. That will take care of you and heal you completely. Susan, my blessings for you getting completely healed and clean. Next.
The next question is from Sailesh from Hyderabad, India. He asks, Dear Swamiji, can initiation by an enlightened master in this life free me of karmas accumulated in past lives? How?
Sailesh, he asked the question, Dear Swamiji, can initiation by an enlightened master in this life free me of karmas accumulated in past lives? How? Shailesh, first thing, An initiation by an enlightened master is not an ordinary action. It is like you are asking, I have collected cotton for last 300 years. How can this cotton be burnt by a small matchstick you are going to put now? Whether you accumulated for 300 years or 3000 years, matchstick will burn the whole cotton. Shailesh, whether you accumulated karmas from the first layer past or second layer past or third layer past, the very quality of initiation means destruction of the past karmas. You are from Hyderabad. You know, there are many old palaces. Some are even 600-700 years old. Some corners of those palaces are still in the same darkness, locked. The underground cellars, which have not seen light for last 1000 years or 600 years, 700 years. Can you say the darkness in the cellar is there for last 1000 years? How can I light it just by one torch or one matchstick in one moment? No. Darkness may be 1000-year old. Light may be only 1 second old. But the light will destroy darkness even if it is 1000-year old. So the initiation may be small action, but it will destroy any number of janmas of karmas, any amount of karmas accumulated in the past lives, because it awakens the fire in you which burns all the past lives which are just cotton. By the very quality, very nature, karma doesn't have a positive existence. Darkness is nothing but lightlessness. So when you bring light, it disappears. Karma is nothing but consciouslessness. When you bring consciousness, it disappears. The moment you bring money, your feeling of richness will disappear. You will feel poverty. The moment you bring equipments and tools to make your life comfortable, you will feel the suffocation and life being bound. The moment you bring money, richness will disappear. You will start feeling poverty. I tell you, if you are empty-handed, you will not be feeling poverty. Just have $10 million, you will feel you are poor. Live without electricity and car, you will not feel you are poor. Just have electricity only for night and have a rented car, you will feel you are poor. Your life is restricted. Equipments makes you feel restricted. Luxuries makes you feel restricted. Money makes you feel poor. Sex makes you feel loveless. Bring sex in any relationship, that relationship will break. I tell you, whether it is romance, love, bring sex into any relationship, that relationship will break. Because that is the most unconscious act you are forced to do by your chemicals, even if you don't understand. Any unconscious act you are forced to do by your chemical is suicide. Any act you are forced to do by your chemical without your logic understanding it, without you enjoying it, is suicide. It is karma. All your karmas are the acts happening unconsciously just by the chemical. When initiation happens, Master does inner awakening for you. When your inner awakening happens, when your consciousness is awakened, past life karmas, whether it is 300 lives, 3000 lives, or 3 million lives, or 3 billion lives, just gets destroyed. You are free from all the bad karmas you accumulated in the past lives.